right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. This is the brother lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami. And what I want to go into in this lesson is a headline that I found on theguardian.com. Okay, it was posted today, August 30th, 2022. Okay, and the headline reads: More than 40% of Americans think civil war likely within a decade. More than half of strong Republicans think such a conflict is at least somewhat likely, poll finds. Okay, all right, so basically you have these different institutions, all right, that are out here surveying people of different demographics and different political viewpoints, all right, and this is the results that it's yielding. Okay, all right, more than 40%, so that's nearly half of the people that were surveyed, man, all right, have the opinion that civil war, okay, a clash within a nation, all right, two opposing sides within one nation is likely within the next decade, man. Okay, and news like this has been constantly reoccurring over the past year or so. Okay, all right, which goes to show you, man, that the Lord is truly shortening the days, man. The prophecies, all right, and the plagues that the Lord said that He was going to send are not slack. Okay, all right. So what I want to do in this lesson, real quick, man, I want to, of course, link it all up to biblical prophecy. Probably read a few little bit of this article because I read it earlier, and they were pretty much rambling about different things that happened with Trump recently. Okay, but towards the end, they actually get to the actual poll finding, the actual, the actual data that they collected. Okay, so I want to read that portion of the article and then just go right into the scriptures, man, because that's really the meat, uh, you know, of all of these scenarios, man. These different droughts, wildfires, floods, different weather catastrophes. Okay, all right, food shortages. Okay, political unrest, uproars, and riots. You can all find these things talked about in the Holy Scriptures prophesied by the ancient prophets, man. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna read this part of the article. It says, in the poll by YouGov and The Economist, 65% of all respondents said political violence had increased since the start of 2021. Slightly fewer, 62%, thought political violence would increase in the next few years. All right. It says participants were also asked, looking ahead to the next 10 years, how likely do you think it is that there will be a civil war in this country? Among all U.S. citizens, 43% said civil war was at least somewhat likely. Among strong Democrats and independents, the figure was 40%. But among strong Republicans, 54% said civil war was at least somewhat likely. Which might, as these numbers, these little figures, this percent, that percent, is going to increase exponentially as more calamities begin to happen. Okay, as more food shortages, as more droughts, as more plagues, all right, continue to happen, and people start picking their sides on what they want to believe and what they don't want to believe, what they believe is true and what they don't believe is true, man. Okay, as more of these tensions begin to arise in the earth, man, you're gonna see these percentage numbers, these percentiles, they're gonna jump up, man. Okay, all right. So hey, I'm just gonna go right into the scriptures, man. Okay, all right, because the scriptures prophesy what Egyptian versus Egyptian. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, which Yahushua is going to come back in the chariots. All right, and the chariots will be over Babylon the Great, which is spiritual Egypt. Okay, it's the modern day Egypt. Verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, man. Okay, all right, so these American people, man, all right, these people of Babylon, they're going to rise up one against another, man. All right, this faction, this party versus the other party and the other faction. All right, the people who believe this narrative versus the people who don't believe it or believe a different narrative. Okay, all right, and over the past 2 years, you've seen things become more divided in this country, man. Okay, over the C-19, over the Jabberoni, okay, all right, over different policies that the current administration is making. All right, you see that constantly and more consistently pop up in the news, man. All right, I remember there was another survey and another poll that was going into how there was a percentage of Americans that thought that the time would likely come for them to take arms against their government, man, and that's prophesied in Second Ezra the 15th chapter, man. Okay, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, man. This is Second Ezra chapter 15. Okay, all right, and I'll start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands," man. Okay, so you're going to have different conflicts internationally, but within nations, you're going to have different unrest and civil war, man. Which this chapter really goes into the plagues of Egypt, man. Okay, all right, the plagues of Egypt, the modern day Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, man. So this is going to be a big thing over here, man. It's going to get really, really violent, man, and bloody out in these streets, okay, between different parties, between different factions, okay, all right, people with different viewpoints, man. It's gonna get real, man. Okay, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power," man. Okay, so I remember again there was a poll that was taken, if not earlier this year, it was recently. I know probably within the past year I might have done a video on it. If not last year, the poll came out and they were going into how there was a decent amount of Americans, decent percentage of Americans that believed that the time would come that they would have to take up arms against their government, man. And all of this is prophesied in the Bible, man. Okay, all right, biblical prophecy jumping off the pages. All right, and you're gonna see again as more there's lack of food, lack of work, lack of energy, resources, man, lack of water, man. These droughts, man. Okay, lack of different necessities. Okay, medicine. Okay, you're gonna see violence increasing. Okay, people become more divided one against another, man, within nations. Okay, it says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, so you're gonna have cities being shut down because of the violence. All right, but you're gonna have certain cities that are just uninhabitable, man, because of the violence itself. Okay, because there is no resources there. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. All right, so neighbors fighting against neighbors, man. Egyptian versus Egyptian, man. Okay, all of this somewhat likely, and it may not happen, and we don't really think. Look, man, the Lord already said what in the last days what's going to be, man. Okay, this is Luke chapter 21, verse 7. It says, "And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and the time draweth near, go ye not after them. But when ye shall hear, okay, when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, man. All right, a civil war would be considered a commotion, man. Okay, when you shall hear of it, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass." Okay, so it's gonna go from not just hearing about it of different wars and commotions and divisions amongst the people. All right, but it's gonna actually come to pass. But the end is not by and by, man. Which I want to get the word commotion. Okay, the word commotions here.
Strong's G 181. Akatastasia.
Right, it says instability, state of disorder. Okay, a civil disorder, disturbance, confusion, instability, a tumult, a commotion. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, unstable goes back to the word unstable in the Greek, restlessness. All right. Okay, so hey, man, Yahweh Shai prophesied that it was gonna be different commotions, different civil wars and unrest, man, all over the globe, man. Okay, all right. Matter of fact, Second Ezra chapter 9. Okay, verse 1, it says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made," man. So the Lord gave signs, man. okay, and the ancient prophets of things that would happen in the earth to let you know that the Lord is visiting the earth with judgment and that he was getting ready to return. Okay, that's why you see different wildfires, earthquakes increasing, flooding increasing. I believe it was at Pakistan, man. It looks like a damn ocean over there, man. Okay, all right. You had the flooding in Korea. All right, you got different tropical disturbances happening in the Atlantic right now, man. Okay, you had flooding in Texas, man. You have droughts, water shortages, man, energy crises happening. Okay, different wars, tensions between nations, man. Okay, economic stress, distress of nations. All right, violence is increasing. Okay, these are all signs, man. Okay, shall be visited of the Lord, of thunder and of earthquake and of hail, you know, and flame of devouring fire, man. All right. Verse 3 it says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Okay, earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, man. All right. So these things are going to be seen. It's not just going to be a thing of just talking about it, all right, or just a survey. It's a survey said. No, it's going to be right in your face, man. Okay, live in effect. Okay. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And I remember, man, over the past I want to say 3-4 years, man, uproars everywhere, man. I remember 2019, they called it the year of riots. Okay. Then 2020 came, riots everywhere. Okay. All right. Then 2021, you had some here, some over there. Okay. Then 2022. All right. After 2021, then you had 2022, man. Different riots taking place all over the globe, man. Different civil disturbances happening. Okay. Mass shootings. Those are uproars. Okay. And the Most High spake of these things from ancient past, man, ancient times. That's why we have these things written in these ancient scrolls, ancient scriptures, so that we could read them today and know the times that we're living in, man. Okay. All right. This is Luke chapter 11 and verse 16. It says, and others tempting him sought of him a sign from heaven, but he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. Okay, and if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? But because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. But the point is, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And when you go to the word, all right, the wording in the NLT, all right, it says he knew their thoughts, so he said, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A family splintered by feuding will fall apart. Okay, all right, so this kingdom of Babylon the Great is divided, man. Okay, and it's divided against itself, man. All right, Egyptian versus Egyptian, man. All right, matter of fact, I want to see if against ruler, man. Let's see. Jeremiah 51 and 46, it says, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Okay, so violence increasing in the land, people set against one another, man. This is a plague that the Lord is bringing upon spiritual Egypt, man. It's not just going to be a thing of talking about it, doing surveys. No, this is going to be a reality real soon, man. Wait till there's no food in the stores, man. Wait till there's food rationing, man. Okay, energy rationing. Wait, man. All right, till there's joblessness, man. You know, higher levels than what's already going on. All right, then you're gonna start seeing people. It get real bloody out here, man. Violence. Okay, it's gonna increase. So with that, Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachak, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, Kwame Yasharala, and the Abad Babal. Shalom.